Hey folks, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. In this video, we're talking about day trading. More specifically, we're talking about gap trading. Gap trading is by far the single most consistent and profitable day trading strategy found across the markets today. I teach gap trading and I do it through a video-based course. Everything you're going to see in this video and others is exactly what's taught in my course. I can teach traders how to play the morning gap trades that we're going to talk about in this video, in addition to gap fill trades. That's a whole nother methodology within the gap trading strategy. Let's focus on the morning gap trades. Each and every day, there are stocks that are either gapping higher or lower at the open. This gap higher or lower creates an opportunity for traders that can identify a specific price level where that stock will A, be drawn to, and B, have a price reaction in the other direction. Case in point, First Solar. The stock closed the prior trading day at 36.63 all the way up here. The stock gapped down this morning and went lower. And we were able to identify two levels where that stock should have a price reaction in the other direction. And as you can see, the price levels are depicted by the horizontal lines running across the screen. And you can see there was a price reaction at both those lines. We're going to come back to that in a second. Let's take a look at the email that goes out to my subscribers that get my gap trades each and every morning. They get them at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes before the market opens. As you can see, this morning there were 5 possible gap trading opportunities. We had Texas Roadhouse, that hit its level. We're going to talk about that one specifically. Papa John's, that hit its level. We'll talk more about that one. Rio Tinto did not hit its level. It's off the table. It's a no trade. First Solar hit 2 levels. We'll talk more about that. And Global Blood Therapeutics, GBT, did not hit its level. It's off the table. Let's focus on some numbers. Texas Roadhouse, TXRH. I say gap lower. Support levels are $41.43 and $40.55. Stop and profit target is about 25 to 40 cents. That's a minimum profit target. Now keep these numbers in mind. We're going to go back to the charts and dissect exactly what happened. The second one, Papa John's, PZZA, gap lower. Support levels are 78.59 and 75.45. Stop and profit target is about 45 to 75 cents, again at a minimum. And the next stock that hit both its levels, gap lower, this is First Solar. Support levels are 34.37 and $33.60. Stop and profit target is about 25 to 40 cents. Let's go back and take a look at some charts. We'll start with Texas Roadhouse, and we go down to a 1-minute chart just so that you can see the magnitude of what happened and how fast this can happen with gap trading. Remember the 41.43 number at 9:53 a.m. The stock hits a low of 41.43, and just a couple of minutes later, the stock is at a high of $41.95. That's a 2-minute trade. That's a tremendous scalp trading profit off of a level nailed to the penny from a stock that closed about 6% higher all the way up here. You can learn how to do this. I can teach you how to do this in the gap trading course. Next up, we'll stay on the 1-minute chart and take a look at Papa John's, PZZA. When the stock finally pierced through the 78.59 level, it found stability, and then just minutes later was at a high of 79.34. Another fantastic scalp trade off of a level identified before the market opened, and that's on a stock that closed the prior trading day over $85 a share. You can learn how to do this. It's all in the course. Let's go back to First Solar. Now, First Solar was a little tricky because in this candle here, the stock made a low of 34.38, 1 penny above the level specified in the morning email. So in my course, I teach exactly and precisely what to do with that information. But nevertheless, in this video, we're going to focus on the power of these price levels. $34.37. The stock came down, pierced through it, made a low within the stop loss limitation. The low was $33.99 within the stop loss limitation identified in the email. And as you can see, the stock reversed, and minutes later, at a high of $34 $2.74, again representing a tremendous scalp trade in just minutes. But of course, that wasn't all for First Solar. As we moved through the morning session, the stock came into the secondary level here, making a low of $33.56, and you can see just minutes later making a high of $33.98 for a tremendous scalp on the second level, also given out at 9 o'clock a.m., 30 minutes before the market opened. Folks, you can learn how to do this. I can teach you how to do this. It's all found in the course at lazygaptrader.com. I'm David Frost. Thanks for tuning in, traders.